And then we have threes, reroll all wounds. Reroll those two.
Yeah.
There you go. AP2, damage 2.
Wow. Good game, Joel.
Good game.
Yeah, I played really badly. It was horrendous. I just gave away resources where I shouldn't.
I agree.
Bad.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Sometimes you play bad.
I get recover and storm for 4.
Yeah.
And
so basically, so I get no primary there. So storm and recover 4 plus 6.
4 plus 6. Yeah.
What was this the last recover?
It's here.
Okay, yeah. So 4 plus 6. So you get 10 plus 16 plus 10, 26.
Where you can? I'm here, right?
Yeah.
I have 11 for extend and containment, right? So 11 plus 10, that's 21.
Yeah.
Plus 8, 29.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
37 in secondaries. Plus 1 point for.
1 point for back.
Oh no, I get that one too. Plus 2 points for wrist banner.
So now we have all the results
So 39,
reported on time.
Let him just count out this one.
Okay.
Maybe I missed something. 4, 6.
I have 5 the first turn.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2, 3, and then 3.
Yeah.
And then 3 and 5.
Oh, yeah. So 5, 3.
And then 6 and 5.
6 and 5. I missed that. What was that?
Extend.
Oh, all right. So you get containment there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I got 2 on wrist
All right,
banners
okay.
also.
Yeah. 2. Yeah.
So 39.
Yeah.
And then I get 45 primary, right?
Yeah.
So that should be missing 6 points, so 94.
Yeah, and
And you get
20.
15. Yeah, I think so.
10, 15 plus 10, 25, 30, 40, 43.
15 plus 7, 22, plus 3, 25, 30, 33, right? Which is 43.
Yeah.
With painting.
10.
You have 15 in primary, right?
23 on secondaries. And 15 on primary.
7 plus 3 from banners, right? So that's 10, 20, 23, right?
Yeah. 10 plus 10, 20, 23. Yeah. 23 plus 15.
I can't count right now. 37, 47, right?
48, right? 5 plus 3 is 8.
Yes.
Or am I? Yeah.
Sure. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
So it's on
I'll enter the score.
something 18-2 or something.
All right, great.
Something like that.
So now we have all the results.
Mute the players a
It's
bit here
been a
and try to
tough
get them
day.
also into the studio. Please go ahead here, Jesper.
So I think all the results are reported, and the most important ones are obviously the top player of each pod. And that's going to be Björn Eriksson coming in. First place, playing Astra Militarum with an impressive score of 17, 19, topping off with a 20. And second place, Emil Söderholm, the hope of Gothenburg, playing World Eaters with a 14, a 12, and a 10. Solid all-around performance. Then we have Pontus from Gob Syd, playing his own take on the Gladius detachment with Ultramarines.
We ruled it out. We were almost laughing. Pontus knew something else.
Yeah. Who's laughing now? And in the last pod position, qualified is Johan Norman, playing Astra Militarum once again with a 13, an 18, and a loss at 6 versus Starson in the end. But that was still good enough for him to qualify. And we are looking great into day 2.
So that means actually that Johan Norman that we saw in the beginning of the tournament, the former Swedish head coach,
Yep.
will face off Björn Eriksson, correct?
That is entirely correct, yeah.
And if we will speculate, this will probably be broadcasted on SSG, the secondary channel from this tournament. And then tomorrow morning, I believe it's starting at 8 o'clock, or is it 8:30? We will confirm it in a few seconds. We will actually have Emil Söderholm on the World Eaters facing off Pontus Koch on the Ultramarines.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to this, and crazy enough is that I actually have 2 personal attachments to these. So actually, Emil Söderholm, I was playing World of Warcraft Vanilla with him 20 years ago, and actually Pontus Koch is a good friend of Patrick Lindholm Bob Hund, who I was running Rakaka with
Okay.
many years ago. So extremely happy for their two performance and really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Ultramarines versus World Eaters. Can it be more epic? The
No.
Corn God against the most
Calgar's
elite
finest.
Space Marines there is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is we will never again underestimate Pontus. But had he played the more standard Gladius build with Dark Angels, I think this would have been an easy dub for him, with all the minus damage coming out incredibly strong against World Eaters that are mainly damage too. Whereas this sort of makes it a much more interesting game, I would say, because now it's quite equal, and I think it's anyone's game, because we don't really know, and I don't think they do either.
And what we have seen, though, is that Pontus has been beating up the Sisters players.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say that Sisters and World Eaters are similar, but they are somewhat of a melee-heavy type of armies, or would you say Sisters is more shooting nowadays?
I would say the Sisters build that he's been tearing up are mid-range to short-range shooting armies, basically, with a sprinkle of long-range presence as well. So this is something else entirely. And also playing against a strong World Eaters player is quite the experience.
And I don't know if we have all the results coming in here, but let's go back once again, just to make it fully confirmed for everyone at home here, that we're having in the first semi-final Astra Militarum Mirror. And we can talk a little bit about this match also, because actually it is... I see that actually the wrong name here on Johan Norman. That's a bit hilarious. So we can swap over directly.
We know him by his picture by now.
Yeah, that's more than enough. But we can say that Johan plays a very defensive, and Björn plays a very offensive, which is pretty spicy, I would say.
Yeah. Björn is a much more aggressive leaning player, and that could of course come in. I think we're looking at Lynch, Pin, Raise Banners, Search, and Destroy deployment, and sadly, that is one of them, once again, where it is quite the advantage of going second. The old Astra mirrors, when there was a huge indirect presence from both sides, really favored the one going first. But we have left that and are now going more for Bullgrims and the direct shooting tanks. So that first turn advantage has disappeared almost entirely. But it's the mirrors are always a bit swingy. It's gonna come down to small positional mistakes and secondaries forcing one of the players maybe to commit resources when they don't want to, vice versa. So truly anything can happen in that game.
Absolutely. Maybe some of the colors are a bit incorrect here, but we should... I hope that this... I wouldn't trust these because we haven't double-checked them. But Björn Eriksson completely slaughtered Andreas Holm on his orcs.
Yeah.
We saw that Richard Wallin did come and beat Patrick Wretch Chaos Space Marines, but I'm wondering, were they in the same group? But apparently they were.
Yeah.
So very impressive. Richard we did follow, and for sure I was a favorite of his AdMech. Matthias Levin, he did beat Pontus Koch, so he was the only one out of that pod that could beat Pontus, so he's not impossible. But we can say that Chaos Space Marines and World Eaters, those are very different armies, so it doesn't tell anything. Sebastian Larsson recovered in his tournament by beating Johan Norman, so Johan Norman still makes it to the semifinal, but we saw that Sebastian Larsson were able to do it with his Chaos Space Marines. Anders Palm on his Thousand Suns, we saw early this morning, he continued playing good. Did beat Victor Bergenholtz on his Tyranids.
But not enough to pass Norman.
Exactly. So that could have been an interesting one just because they played pretty equal and Norman actually was beaten by Sebastian Larsson. And then we have Axel Rudén versus Dag Samuelsson. It was a draw, even though we would have expected maybe Axel having a bit of a better lineup or army list. And then Emil Söderholm didn't go undefeated, but he drew with JP second. I mean, this was the group of death. We knew it before. We didn't speak so much about it, but it just turned out that probably, I wouldn't say that these four players were the best in the world tournament, but this pod was much harder, more stacked.
Right one.
And then I think that this was probably correct, that Joe Larsson, in the end of the day, did beat out Martin Hultgren 19-1.
Convincingly.
Because we could check just very quickly here on the pods that we have seen. And I think that we should absolutely focus on the Pod 4, even though it's a blowout here from Joel. I think reality is that 4th seeded Emil, he comes first. And then I'm not 100% sure, but it could be that actually JP almost... I'm not sure actually who came the highest of it, but all of these basically were drawing and beating each other.
Yeah. And that does not make for a good placement, sadly. But we respect the effort.
Absolutely. So once again, tomorrow morning, did we have a confirmation, Jesper, on the time slot?
Yes, we do. I will read them out loud. So we have the game start at 8:30.
8:30, and I think the broadcast will start around 8 o'clock, and we will talk about this one, what's coming up. So very exciting times. I don't know if we will be able to get the interviews, or should we maybe even close down? What do you think is best?
The players gave us no option because they're traveling to Västerås and whatever. So I think we're gonna have to leave it at this, sadly.
I mean, I wouldn't be too sad. I think it was a very amazing day. I don't know if you have things that you want to kind of wrap up with that you've been thinking or want to kind of highlight from the first day. I think we can say for sure it's been going out of, I would say, almost our expectations here.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are so happy with everyone over at Twitch and YouTube who've been following this full day. All the people who have been helping us here on site, all the people who've been playing, everyone who's been sharing, supporting. I don't know exactly, I don't have numbers here, but I think there's been hundreds of people here today at Miniature Metropolis. Also want to make big shout out to Cancerfonden. Make sure to, if you have the opportunity, to donate a couple of dollars to that. All the money goes directly to the research to fight cancer. Asus RG, thank you so much for being a partner of Veizla and the Swedish Championship, but also supporting Warhammer 40K in Sweden. It's amazing to have such a big company behind us. Of course, Fantasia North, supporting with both running SM, the Swedish Championship, for so many years. Here with 3,000 crowns for the winner that we will know and crown tomorrow, and a golden ticket to the World Championship in Atlanta, USA, that's hosted by Games Workshop late in November. Jesper here will be one of the players coming there. Tomorrow we will know the third one. We also know that Rasmus Haglund is already ready to go there, represent Sweden and trying to bring home the gold. And last but not least, of course, Miniature Metropolis from Haninge here, south of Sweden. We've been hosting this event. Superb play to go and be playing a club. And you could see Anders Palm coming from Västerås. He's now represent Metropolis, and he did wonders today, even though he didn't reach all the way. He's shown his skill on the Thousand Suns.
Yeah, he moved here for the club.
100%. Maybe that's a bit over-exaggerated.
No.
No.
I have a strong hunch.
All right. So maybe that would be the final words.
Thank you so much.
Jesper can read Eurovision scores next year. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. We're signing out here. Thank you and good night. And see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The stream goes live, and at 8:30 we will see semi-final. I think we need to show it once more, right? We can't really close out with having without showing Emil Söderholm on the World Eaters facing Pontus Kogg on the Ultramarines, and on the other stream we actually are having Astra Militarum
show off
between Johan Norman and Björn Eriksson. That one will be spicy, and wow, what a day, Jesper.
Yeah, it's been a ride.
It's been a ride. Sometimes it's easier to play.
Yeah, I gotta say,
All right, we're signing out here. Take care. See you tomorrow.